Hello and welcome to Nice Ethereal Epiphanies. This is my channel where I talk about all the things, psychology, what's going on in my life, etc. Today, I almost forgot to do this video. I was so focused working today that I had promised you guys that on Friday I'll give you an update. Okay, I'm trying to keep my word here. I'm really working on that. Keep my word and my promises. So in this video today, I'll be giving you an update, a weekly update, not too long, an update on how the hackathon is going. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is how I realized I had a limiting belief. And this might be the other thing in the plethora of things holding me back from getting out of homelessness. So, first of all, I am very excited that we got a little bit more sunlight today. So the sun is setting at 5:01 p.m., which is, oh, that gives me some more time. I at least have like a good hour until it's completely dark out. So the sun is going to set at 5:01 and it is 36 degrees Fahrenheit and 2 degrees Celsius. I honestly, to me, it might have. I think it went up to 40 earlier today because it was definitely warm. Right now, I am putting on my gloves because I find that if I sit outside for too long and I don't have a blanket or anything, I do get a little bit chilly. And there has been a little bit of a wind chill a little bit. So I figured that. Anyway, so let me go back to why I said that I almost didn't record today. So, as if you're new here, I'm working on a hackathon where basically I'm just like nonstop working for like a week or two until I can make enough money or at least make some money. Make some money because I'm homeless. I had a bakery job, I quit it. I need to replace that income as well as look for a place to live, et cetera, et cetera. So I said, okay, so instead of doing a GoFundMe, which I still might do, I also want to try to build as much as I can, build a bunch of like small projects and products to, gain some customers or early buyers and just try to get some income going. So that was the whole point of the hackathon. And so what was really funny is that I was just so busy today, like hacking down, like, I was just like in the zone. And so what I've been doing during this hackathon is that I've actually been blocking all social media. But today I just happened to have it open. Oh, it was open because I had posted a blog post about the subject I'm going to talk about at the end of this of this video. So I was posting a blog post about that. Actually, I called it an atomic essay. So my atomic essays are different from my ethereal epiphanies because my atomic essays are things that I've thought about a lot and have had many drafts on. And it's like, okay, like now I feel like it's good enough to just, you know, publish it. Versus my like ethereal epiphanies are kind of like all over the place, not really structured, just my initial thoughts on subjects. So anyway, I posted on social media and I happened to see I happened to see a guy who like he is so amazing in the tech space and building in public and lifting other people up. Nelson, I'm forgetting his last name right now, but he's on YouTube as the Pixel Geek. I'll add him somewhere or in the description. And so I saw him that he was going live and he was talking about personal branding. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting because I'm still trying to figure out what is my personal brand for this channel because I have noticed that my views, even talking about the hackathon, are totally different from when I talked about like the science-backed ways of I think it was I think the topic was three science-backed ways to achieve happiness or something like that. But I've noticed when I talk about topics that are more psychology and science focused or in that realm, like talking about like intellectual loneliness, etc., those get more views. And so it's really hard to figure out like what is my brand on here. And so like I've been really thinking about that. But also I feel like my brand on here is just being myself. It's just me being Aya, which that is me. I talk about all the things. I talk about everything. In my real life, I like to talk about science, animals, building, bushcraft, technology, like you name it. I talk about everything. And so I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's okay that not everyone likes all my videos or that certain videos don't get lots of views because it's some really funny. Some of the ones that don't get lots of views and likes, I get like a feedback response from, or someone, writes me or they write a comment. So it's really interesting. Oh, sorry, that was a bird. And so, anyway, so I was thinking about all that. So I was like, oh, let me just join and see what he's going to talk about. I thought like maybe I'll join and he'll talk about something that will inspire me as I'm building these projects this week, right? So I just stopped by on the YouTube and just said hello. And then he was like, hey, do you want to come on the live stream? And I was like, actually, what's really funny is that I think this is the second time that he's done a live stream. This is Nelson I'm talking about. He's done a live stream for like a new segment. And I was one of the first, I think, because I think he did another one, and I think I was the first one as well. It was like years ago. I'll link that also in the description and somewhere in the video. But how funny is it that like I'm once again in like the first one in this segment? And so it was really actually really insightful because from talking to him in this live stream, I realized I do have a brand. My brand is me. My brand is being all over the place. My brand is being a polymath and being all the things and being interested in all the things. And I actually have a lot to say about that as well, because in this week that I've been just like constantly like nonstop working, I realized like I have so many talents, and I really let the things that I have went through in the past 2 years really did make me forget who I am, what I like, what my purpose is. Like I just forgot all those things. Like that's what abuse does to you. And that's what being around the wrong people does to you. It just brings you down. It doesn't, it's really hard to stay up when everyone's bringing you down. So anyway, yeah, so it's very interesting. But yeah, before I go on a tangent about that, because I already see myself getting there. So to go back to the whole thing with Nelson, so I just end up I won't tell you guys all the things that happen on that. You should go and watch it. But it made me realize like, yeah, I do have a personal brand. It could use work for sure. I could use consistency. Like I like how Nelson has the Pixel Geek and that's his name everywhere. I I'm on the other hand, I'm like Boss Naya Moss, Naya, Naya's Ethereal Epiphanies, the Contemporary Polymath, Namos Labs. I have all of these things, all these different brands and micro brands and stuff like that. And yeah, I probably should. Well, one thing I have been doing as far as branding is that I've been trying to put everything under like the Namos Labs name and the Namos name. And so I got the name Namos because it's my first and last name put together and it's very short. And boy, do I have a story to tell you guys about how I bought that domain, namos.com. Yes, it's a .com. And I spent a crazy amount of money on it, a crazy amount. And then I lost access to it and I couldn't renew it. But that's a whole nother thing. Okay, I won't go into that. I'm getting angry talk thinking about that. But anyway, that was like my whole branding strategy was like I waited years for that domain, years. And it finally became available. I finally got it. And it was like, so my branding strategy was like everything's like Namos and then whatever. So how like Gary Vaynerchuk has like I think it's like is it Vayner Media and then Vayner X, like he has like these standard names and then everything else has like a suffix to it. So I was thinking like Namos Security, Namos Labs, and I've actually launched products with this like Namos Studio. And in fact, this channel here, I would have rather it be called like like Namos Epiphanies or like I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out. But I really want to stick with the Namos like name and structure. I really have to figure that out. But that honestly, I think that was like a part of my hackathon this week because that's another thing is that like you can build as much as you want. You could build products and X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, okay, see, this is me. This is why I do my ethereal epiphanies. This is why I love doing these. Okay, something I'm thinking about is that you can build as much as you want, but people are attached to the brand, to the person. And that's not always a good thing, but in many cases it is. Like, just as I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking about it. All right, it's not there. All right, sorry about that. I had to just fix myself up because it happened to me the other day where I recorded a whole video and my hair was sticking up on this side. And on top of that, I had a book. In fact, I've had two videos. I had booger hair right here. And then the other day was the booger and the hair was sticking out. And I'm not posting that. Like, I wish I could have edited it out. I just don't have the software all the time. But anyway, to go back. All right, go back to branding. So, and I told myself I wouldn't make this video too long. So I'm gonna maybe I should separate this. I'll figure it out later exactly what I'm gonna do. But so actually maybe this video should be about that conversation and about branding. I don't know. Anyway, let me just finish. Okay. Because I also have, oh yeah, I had the other story to say at the end. Maybe I'll turn that to another video. Lord, okay, let me just figure this out. Okay, we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so what I was thinking next is that okay, branding, people people buy things attached to a certain brand or person, right? So I was thinking about this, Skims and what's her name? Who's the who's the owner of Skims? What's her name? Oh, Kim Kardashian. Oh, it's so funny. You know, I've never seen like one of their TV shows, not even once. I couldn't do it to myself, not even once. Never seen any of the Kardashian shows, only like snippets on YouTube or whatever. But anyway, so before there was Skims, there were so many other brands. I forgot what was the Spanx, right? Spanx was a really big brand for so many years. Like, I mean, it's really funny because people use the word Spanx, which is actually a brand name. People use the word Spanx to describe and talk about women's and men's undergarments that hold them in. Like it's like I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but before everyone knew it as Spanx, I'm forgetting like a girdle. Thank you. Why am I saying thank you? Before people knew everything, people knew these items as girdles, right? And then we went from girdles to Spanx, and Spanx is actually the brand name, not the actual name of the items. And now, when we talk about girdles, we say Spanx or Skims. And how funny is it that Spanx dominated that space for so long? And as soon as Kim Kardashian came out with Skims, everyone was again attached to the person and the brand, which led them to the product. So that is my takeaway after just this week. Like, and that's why it's good to not just work so much and not speak to people because I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, I wasn't even thinking about how, okay, this is going back to what I said in the previous video. You can't just build something and then tell the world and think that they're just gonna like buy something from you. You have to build a presence, you have to build an audience, you have to build connections with people, and it has to be authentic, right? Like the reason why Skims is doing so well, because I mean, people didn't know that it was gonna work well, but people bought it in droves because they have a love for Kim Kardashian and her brand and her family, and they bought the product because of her. And it, I mean, I've seen the reviews, and apparently, like it does have good reviews. But the reason why it's done so well for both men and women is because people are buying into the brand and the person. So it was really great, and you should go watch that video with Nelson and I. Because it was just a nice reminder that like I'm doing these like so I did a midweek update and I think I did a hackathon video just telling you guys about it. But it was just a reminder to myself that regardless of how the background looks, I should at least give you guys updates on what I'm working on because from what I'm seeing, I think it's helpful to some, not the ones who love like the science-based videos, but the ones that, are maybe into entrepreneurship, tech, etc. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's my thought is that, I spent this whole week building, 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 but I should have also been spending the week making more connections. Well, actually, I did. You know what? Scratch that. I did. I had two phone calls with friends who had given me previous feedback on these two ideas, and we kind of talked it through a little bit. And then I did have a potential customer call as well, a client call. I mean, yeah, but you know what? I think I could have done more. I could have reached out to a few more people and asked them what their thoughts were. I could have reached out to people who in the past, like the whole point is hackathon is for me to finish building out things I've built before. Because something that I thought about which I think I've talked about on this channel before, I think I did in the last one. I built an iOS app that automatically sorts your photos by the size of the image or the video, so that when you get the alert saying that you ran out of storage, you can get rid of what you don't need, and the items that are taking up the most of your storage. So what I maybe should have done is, when I had talked about that online, and there were people who were like, "Oh yeah, you should you should make this and I'll buy it from you." Those are the people I should have, like, all the hours I spent hacking away. You know what I should have been doing? Sorry, I'm like stuttering. What I should have done was, at least once per day, reach out to 1 to 2 people and said, "Hey, do you remember when you said that you'll buy this from me? I'm about to finish it up. Like, do you still have interest? Do you still want to buy this from me?" That is what I believe I should have said. Looking back now, I should have said that. I should have done that. And I'm going to do that. I'm so weird with outreaching to people and doing cold emails and cold outreach, but if people told me before they were going to give me money for this thing, then I should have gone ahead and reached out to them, and that could have been part of my hackathon, you know, process. Like, who knows? Maybe like one of the people who actually even wrote me a DM and was like, "Hey, I'll definitely buy this from you." Like, I could have collected money from that person this week. I could have been like, "Hey, just letting you know, I'm about to finish this application. If you want to pre-order and give me $20 for it, like it's $20 lifetime or something." I could have made $20 this week. So I think this is why it's really good to just speak to others, for me to talk things out with you all. But yeah, I'm really glad that I saw Nelson's. I think he wrote on social media somewhere. I'm really glad I saw that. I'm really glad I clicked. I'm really glad he had me on, because yeah, it made me have an epiphany on this subject. Actually, too. Okay, so okay, it's hmm, we're coming up on 22 minutes. So this is what I'll do. The rest of this video, because I don't want it to be 40 minutes or longer. The rest of this video, I'll go into the hackathon, and then, yeah, or I guess, okay, maybe I'll try to get in as much as I can. The hackathon and the weekly review, and then maybe in another video, I'll go into that last subject that I was. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so for the hackathon this week, yeah. So I don't want to get too technical, but let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize I did all that. Okay. So let me just say, it's my technical task. I finished 13 of them. And they were actually, oh, my booger again. And they were actually pretty big tasks, by the way. So I completed 13 tasks this week. I also had, as I said before, I had 2 feedback calls with people that just give me some feedback of, like, my ideas and how to move forward. Honestly, a lot of my time this week was spent coding, eating, sleeping, having coffee. That was a lot of my time this week. And yeah, and having those calls, and yeah, and I also mentioned, I also what did I do? Oh yeah, I came up with two like strategy plans, and one of them is for like a YouTube. So on this channel, I mentioned I'm not going to talk too much technical stuff, but I was thinking, like, there are lots of YouTubers in the tech and AI space right now, excuse me, that are just openly talking on YouTube and doing like walkthroughs, explaining how they're using certain applications and etc. And some of them have, like, I've seen some of them gain 500 to 1,000 followers in like 1 to 2 weeks. As you see on here, I have like 58 or 59 subscribers, and I'm growing very slowly. So I think part of my strategy, so like this channel, I'm going to see my personal brand and me working on a personal brand strategy. But for this other channel that's technical, my strategy with that one, I believe, is going to be showing my work and walking people through my technical work and hopes that that will lead to work because something that I thought about also is that w- a job I had like maybe 3 years ago, I actually got that job because one of the founders saw me on social media and I actually knew someone who was senior at that company and they made the introduction. And when they made it, the introduction, like one of the founders was like, "Oh yeah, I know you. Like I love this video that you did." And I was like, "Oh, you saw that?" It was like really funny. I did a video and I don't know if I should talk about, I don't know, because then you guys might know the company I'm talking about. But I did I did a video and I posted it on Twitter or X now, and like this, it didn't go viral, but a lot of people saw it, and apparently like it had spread in like the no code space, and then people like knew me from that video, like like not like a celebrity, but like in the small bubble of social media and the no code space, people had known me from that. So I do believe that you can use because like I think that so many YouTubers kind of get stuck in that content creator cycle of like, oh, let me just do all of this so I can get lots of subs and lots of watch hours and then get paid that way. But an epiphany that I had this week actually is like me having those 2 client calls that I got through YouTube was like, duh, you don't have to focus on like spitting out so many videos so you can get so many views. Just go online and talk about your work and what you're doing and use YouTube as a visual version of you building in public. Like there's a movement on Twitter called really social media called Build in Public where entrepreneurs and founders, indie hackers just share the products that they're working on, projects, etc. And they just tell the world like, hey, this is what I'm working on, like here's some updates, etc. And that's one method, but really, in my opinion, I think a faster and better method is sharing on places like YouTube. Like, people that like there's this guy, Riley, I think his name is, and he's in the like AI space. Like he's a non-technical person, and he has been learning about AI. And apparently, like I don't know what kind of deal he has, but he has like some kind of deal where like he just started sharing about using AI tools. And I remember one of his videos, he said like someone has given him some sort of budget, like to use as many tools as possible because I was thinking that like how are you paying for all this? Like these tools are like $20 each, and if you just use 4 of them, that's like 4 or 5 of them is like a hundred, 150 because some of these tools are like 25, $30. So yeah, so I mean he's a prime example of how he just shared with the internet, hey, I'm learning and building all this stuff. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm giving it a try. And you know oh sorry, I got distracted by for some reason you can't really see the the sunset too well, but it actually looks pretty nice. Oh, that's sad. It's actually pretty because I saw it through the window, but it's actually pretty red. I don't know why it's not showing. But yeah, so anyway, so this guy, he posted online and about his experience and stuff, and now he's on like he's been maybe a guest on his podcast 3 times that has like over 150K viewers, like and I'm pretty sure like I don't know exactly how he's making money, but I'm sure that he's making something, some sort of living for himself. I don't know if he gets paid to go on some of these podcasts. I'm pretty sure he's getting a check from YouTube. Either way, the whole point is that this guy, all he was doing was just sharing stuff online with people on YouTube about what he's learning and what he's been accomplishing, his products, like, just projects, whatever. And so, yeah, I've been just thinking about for my second YouTube channel, the technical one, like I should do the same thing. Like I know I keep saying this to myself because I have to get back to my old self. I know so much. And when I look at folks like Riley, I'm like, huh, I could have done the same thing. Like, why haven't I done that? Like, I think sometimes, I don't know. I think also doing technical work in public is a little bit scary, I think, because at least like in the tech world, people will literally write comments like, "What are you stupid? What are you idiot?" People are so mean. You'd be like, you don't even know what a syntax is. Like, you don't even know what a database. People are just like so. Even there's this guy. I should laugh at this, but he's a YouTuber, and or he's like a tech YouTuber, and I haven't really seen him online recently. But like years ago, I'm not gonna lie, he did look sick. And he was like, no, I'm just. It's hot in here, but like he kept recording videos where his skin looked very like pasty and I mean, I'm gonna be honest. He didn't look well. I'll say that he just did like visually, he didn't look well. Like his skin, it just didn't look well. And it's none of our business. But this is what I'm talking about. People in the comments were roasting him. He's trying to make a tech video teaching people how to do X, Y, and Z, how to code, and people are in the comments like, "What's wrong with you? Are you?" And it's like, dang. And I think that kind of scared me a little bit. I mean, even with like Marquez Brownlee, I mean. But anyway, I think that that's part of it, right? Like, it's unfortunate, but it is a part of like posting and being online is that that unfortunately comes with the territory. I hate to say that, but it comes with the territory, and that really sucks. But yeah, I think for me, I can overlook all those things, and I still do think that posting technical stuff on the other channel would be a great idea to if I'm not making money from, ad revenue or anything, to hopefully like land a job at at a tech company or land a tech role or gain some clients or get people to buy my product that they've seen me build. I don't know. But this is what I was thinking about. So yeah, I'm really glad that I talked to Nelson today because it got me just thinking about all this stuff. I was like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that and not spend so much time coding and stuff because I have to keep reminding myself, like, you shouldn't just build and not actually do it. I have to keep telling myself that over and over and over. So, yeah, it's almost been 40 minutes. My bad. It's almost been 40 minutes, and I didn't even go over, I didn't even finish my weekly review. So, because I promised it, let me just finish my weekly review. So, my weekly review this week, and I'll keep it short. Okay, so going through so I'm gonna just do the 5 minute one, and it's gonna be less than 5 minutes actually. So how I rate my week from 1 to 10, career and business, it was a 9. To me, it was a good week. Finance, I would say 5, neutral. Health, 5, neutral. Actually, no. I think health actually deserves an 8 because I didn't realize I actually lost a lot of weight. I didn't eat, and it's so weird because the scale is like the same. So maybe I'm building muscle, but I lost weight. Like I can fit stuff that I was not able to fit like 6 months ago, a year ago. Like yeah, so I'll talk about that later. But and overall too, I haven't felt lots of pain in my stomach and stuff like that. I felt pretty good this week. Maybe it was because I was drinking. Maybe because I was having lots of tea, and I was gonna say soup, tea and soup. And I've only been having, like, 1 cup of coffee, so that because actually one day I had coffee and my stomach hurt really bad, and I forgot, like, I also had green juice before that, duh. So, bad combination, but overall, yeah, my health felt pretty good this week. Physically, I felt better than I have in a very long time. Relationships, 5, personal growth, mm, I'll put 7. I put 8, but it's really 7. Fun and recreation, I put a 6 because I danced for the first time in a very long time. I used to love dancing so much. First of all, this week, I danced and I sung so much that I have not done in a year. Do you know how much I love dancing and singing? I won't go on a tangent about that. I'll talk about that like another time. And can I sing? Like, not really, but my singing voice is okay. I am good at replicating other voices. But I did see a vocal coach once who was like, you got to find your own voice. Like, what is your voice? Like, I don't know. Like, I know how to do this. So, yeah, that was back when it seemed like I knew how to sing. I had a vocal coach. It was just for a very short period of time, and it was I only met that person because I was going to a speech therapist. But anyway, I'm going into all that. That's TMI. So yeah, I guess fun and recreation. Yes, I had fun. Um, if I haven't shared on here before, I love to sing in different languages. So it was so much fun to sing in so many different languages again. Like, I mentioned that I feel like I lost my language skills. So, but the thing is, like, if with like YouTube and stuff like that, if you can have the lyrics play as the song is going, I can catch along pretty easy. So it was nice to like sing in French again and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, it was a nice time for me because I haven't done that in so long, and that really made me happy. Okay, the environment, I stuck to myself, so that was like a five. There were people that I was supposed to call this week, but I'm gonna be honest, I was like, okay, you know how some people you just know if you call them, it's gonna be like a 4 hour thing. And I'm just like, I don't got time this week. I do not, I don't have time. It's not this week. I need to work, 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 work. But also it's bad too because you never know how long people are gonna be around. So yeah, I'll call them. And in spirituality, I put that as at a six. Okay, my best moment was making progress on the Veritas House dashboard and landing pages. My biggest challenge was balancing coding sprints with product strategy alongside sleeping, eating, and everything in between. Doing all those things in a balanced way. For next week focus, I would like to finalize the MVP of Veritas House, or at least, honestly, I want to at least have all the landing pages up and start collecting emails and, if possible, payments. I think that's probably most important with all these projects is that I really need to get out of the developer mindset of like, oh, this has to be done right now. But really, what I can do is, if I won't collect payments right now, I could at least collect emails and say, hey, I'm building this thing. It's gonna launch soon, the version 1, etcetera. So I would like to do that next week. Like, really by Tuesday, I should have that done. Like, when I finish this video, I'm not sure if I'm gonna edit it. I might just do a quick edit and then just post it. Yeah, and after this, I might not record another video for a couple of days because I really just wanna focus. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's my next week focus, and what I'm grateful for this week, I actually had something else, but I'm grateful that I was able to execute everything this week. I did have some personal hiccups this week that I just won't talk about online. And there were some things that actually did go bad this week, but honestly, the positive overlooks the bad things that happened. So I'm okay with that. But I'm grateful that I saw I saw Nelson's his post today and that I was able to join his live stream. I'm also thankful that I was able to have calls with people that were able to give me feedback. I'm thankful that I had another call with somebody who is a potential client that I got from this channel. Yeah, I'm also thankful. Let me see. Ugh. I'm so thankful to be somewhere where, you know, I'm safe, I'm okay. I'm thankful that, oh, I got to cook today. I was so happy about that. I got to cook today. Actually, I didn't finish. I've had macaroni and cheese, like just the noodles. Actually, they're rice macaroni noodles because I have a gluten allergy, and I've had them in the fridge for 3 days. I had to cook them today because you can't keep noodle like, I cooked them and then I put them in the fridge because I couldn't there's a lot going on. So, I'm happy to make that later because I miss cooking so much, like, this if I could make that later today, this would be an amazing week. I got to cook, I got to sing, I got to dance, I got to code, I got to talk to people. So, this was a good week. It wasn't perfect, there were some downs, some bad things, but overall, I'm grateful this was a good week. Guess I'm approaching upon 30 minutes, so or 40 minutes, so I won't keep you guys too long. It is kind of now my hands felt a little bit chilly, but thank you for sticking around for Nice Ethereal Epiphanies. I hope you're having a good day, evening, night, wherever you are. But I wanted to say something, I totally forgot. Oh, come to me. maybe I'll say another video. I forgot, but yeah, thank you for sticking around and listening. Because I know for some of you who are not, you don't work in tech, you're like, what are you talking about? If you stuck around, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope that maybe you learned something. I also hope that when I talk about tech stuff, that I'm saying it in a very generalized way, that I could be inclusive to everyone. If you don't feel that way, just please let me know in the comments, and I'll be better at that. I'll get better at that. I thought I just saw something in the house. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, have a great so thank you for sticking around. Oh, by the way, if you could comment below if there's anything that you liked about this video or disliked, I'd like to hear it, please. I appreciate the feedback. It really helps me out. Also, if you're new here, you could subscribe to the channel and listen to more updates and things happening in my life and stuff. And if you didn't already, for whatever reason, I would love if you could like the video. So if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. And if not, it's okay. Next time, right? Like next time you see me on your feed somewhere and it's, a video that you do like, I would love if you can do that. So yeah, have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will see you again soon. Bye.